Today we're going to talk about two major topics. Firstly, the big change that's happened on Bitcoin that is going to start to change the way we trade it. Secondly, we're going to talk about making many millions of dollars on meme coins. How I've done it in the past, the right way to do it and the wrong way to do it. Stay tuned. None of these are going to be complicated. Making money is actually very simple. Note I said simple, not easy. I posted this chart the other day. This is the area where people lose money. This is where you go short. This is where you go long. Now that's really simplifying it. It's actually a lot more complicated than that. And I'll explain how we can use information like that to actually make money with Bitcoin. So we start with the most important level, the big structural trend shift between 24 and 25K. So we'll go for about 24.6, though I will lift it to 25. Why? Because this trend here, clear uptrend. When we're in an uptrend, we're a bit more aggressive with our longs and we're a bit less aggressive with our shorts. What's more aggressive with the support? Well, if it's between 24 and 25K, we're going to go to the upper end, that's 25K. Next, key psychological resistance over here at around 30K. And we can see a clear support forming over here. And I just know it's 27.2K, but we'd lower that on the lower time frames as we zoom in. These are our most important levels. The only other ones I'd add is if we zoom out, 36K here is the next most important resistance. And then down here, support, we can take the bottom of this move here softly, and then maybe even the 20K level after that. We'd see how it reacts to it, but let's get rid of those for now. So our preferred plays are going to be longs. Why? Because if we catch this move here, it's a lot better than catching this move here. Why? Because this one cuts off here, that one cuts off there. Of course, we've got resistance at 32K, and anywhere here we may see more resistance, but generally when we enter the position, when we start it, before any management comes into play, it looks better towards the upside. However, if you pay attention to the candlesticks, they're starting to tell us a story here. Remember, there's always a war happening between the bulls and the bears. And here, we see a huge move by the bull army. Big green candles are the bullish soldiers advancing into bear territory. Red candles are bearish soldiers advancing into bull territory. So look, the bears made a move here, the bulls made a move here. Here, it's a stalemate. No one's really winning. They're fighting back and forth. The bulls made a big move, tried to make a push, but the bears slapped them back down. Then, what happened? The bulls tried to make another move up, but they couldn't even recoup the big move down from the bears. And now, the bears are showing strength. They're slowly tearing their way into bull territory. The story the candlesticks are telling us on the weekly is in favor of the bears, not the bulls. Zoom into the daily, and we see a bit more of a close-up as to what's happening. Now, personally, I'll be trading only at the extremities, but it's perfectly viable to intraday trade between these two if you really know what you're doing. If you don't have a system, most of you are better off just going for the breakout plays, waiting for us to get to different extremities. It's higher probability moves, easier to predict, cleaner, and it's much easier to find recurring patterns when you play at these extremities. But there's nothing stopping you hopping onto the 1 hour and trying to catch these moves. There's a bit clean move down here that happened recently. You draw your levels, wait for the breakdown, catch it. It's clean, it looks good. There's lots of similar plays you can do, but this is a whole different area, and you need a lot more analysis than just that 2-second one I did there. Anyway, focusing on the daily and how we're going to play this. Because the bears are winning the war right now, that increases the probability of two specific plays. Can you guess which ones? Remember, we're only looking to play at the extremities. The first one it increases the probability of is if the price starts to make its way back up, as long as it doesn't show a huge amount of strength. Ideally, we want a choppy move up into this 30K resistance. That gives us a very nice short opportunity. Then the other play we really like is the breakdown of this level here. There's also a high risk variant of this where you could actually look for the early breakdown over here, because now you're betting, if you look, that this market structure is going to start to get really bearish. Maybe back up and down there. Let me delete these disgusting scribbles. So those are the big major shifts there. So it's just in favor of the bears right now. The bears look stronger, and Whenever I see the madness happening with meme coins like Pepe, it's normally a bit of a toppy signal, at least locally. So we're setting up for a local top here, and I'm paying attention to how the price action develops. Let's also bring in some moving averages. Here we can see a crossover, price coming down, and this just gives us confluence. I mean, price forms a high there, forms a lower high there. We get a crossover here, and now we're about to break this and start heading back down. We've got a perfect 100-day moving average here acting as a magnet. That looks pretty clean to me. In fact, it's extremely similar to what we saw over here. Look, price goes up, sideways, makes a slight move down, up, tests the key resistance, 25K, comes down, sideways. You see the market structure start to shift, breaks this level here, and then comes down to the 100-day. Here, very similar. Price goes sideways. We don't see the dip here. Goes up straight into key resistance, comes down, changes the structure, and now makes its way back down to the 100-day moving average. And you can see that same crossover happening over here as the structure started to shift. Again, this doesn't guarantee anything. History doesn't ever repeat itself, but it does rhyme. There are similarities, and that's where your testing comes in. Take what I'm sharing, come up with an idea for a setup. Now, I actually get a lot of questions about how to construct a trading setup. And I'm actually going to link to a full tutorial on how to construct a trading setup in my Telegram. You can check that out if you want to learn in more detail. Right, now let's talk about making millions on altcoins. And it's easy for me to talk about this topic because I've done it before several times. My first time, in 2017, I ended up turning $500 into just over $1 million, and then I finished with just under $1 million. This was not via that much skill. A lot of it was luck. And because I've done it like that, and then I've spent the next 5 years in crypto building real trading skills, smoothly taking my portfolio up, investing, consulting, building businesses, I know the difference between getting lucky and making money and then building money through skill. And it's astronomical. I would say the difference is so big that you shouldn't even try to get lucky. In fact, it can be damaging if you get lucky, because what it does is reinforce bad habits. Let's say you mortgage your house and you go all in on Pepe with $100,000 a few weeks ago, and you turn that $100,000 into, let's say, 5 million. Now, most people will say, I'll take that 5 million out, buy my parents a house, put the rest in savings, and then I'm retired for life. But no one does that. Like 0.00001% of people do that because our brains are just not wired like that. What happens is you will get a huge rush of dopamine and positive hormones and emotions reinforcing the behavior that made you that money in the first place. It will inflate your ego. It will make you think that you deserve that money, that you got it, not because you are a statistical anomaly, but because you have skills. You have some sort of predictive power in the markets. So what happens in most cases is they repeat that behavior. They'll mortgage again. They'll take more risk than they should. And next time, they won't be a statistical anomaly. And then they'll lose their money. And then maybe they wouldn't lose all of it. Maybe they were sensible. Maybe they put 3 mil away and only gambled 2 mil of it next time. But that 5 mil number is always going to be in their head. They're always going to be trying to get back to that 5 mil number. And they won't know how to, besides the thing that worked for them last time. And they'll keep doing that again and again and again until they have very little left. And then with whatever they do have left, even if they stop gambling, they'll always fear losing it. What if this investment goes bad? What if inflation goes super high and my standard of living drops loads? Because money that comes through luck also comes with the anxiety of losing it, because you can't control luck. However, what's the alternative? The alternative is spending a few years really working on yourself, working on real skills. That could be trading, investing, social media, business. Whatever you want to learn, you can learn it all for free online right now. You invest in yourself and you build real skills. Even if you make half as much money, it will come with the comfort that even if you lose every penny, you can make it back. This is priceless. This is worth more than the money. It will give you confidence when you walk into a room. It will give weight to your words when people ask you how you did it. And it's so much more scalable because in 3 years, you can make the same money you would have made in 1 year getting lucky. But in 10 years, you will be light years ahead of the version of you that focused on getting lucky. Now, trading is a great way to do this in crypto. I've shared free courses, hundreds of free newsletters, thousands of free tweets, showing you exactly how you can become a professional trader and make a consistent, scalable income in the crypto space. You're welcome to go figure it out on your own with all the materials I've shared. But if you want to do it faster, if you want a clear route from where you are right now to building trading as a real scalable skill, like the members of my program, who I'm posting screenshots right now, they're making $2,000+ hundreds of dollars, consistent trading returns, following a simple, not easy, but simple, clear process. Now, if you're interested in joining, I'll leave a link in the description below. I don't really need to hard sell this. The results speak for themselves. And I share everything for free anyway, so if you want, you can figure it out on your own. I had to do this rant because there's overnight Pepe millionaires right now motivating people to look for the next Pepe, instead of motivating people to build the skills to find 100 Pepes in a row and make consistent profit. I want everyone following this content to make it via trading, business, marketing, whatever you're good at. And I've made more than enough money via crypto now, so I don't need to tell you, hey, I can give you the next 100x. Hey, you're better off going to find the next 100x. I don't need to sell you the easy route. I can just tell you the truth. And the 5% of people that listen to this advice will do really, really well. And hopefully 1% of them one day will say, hey, thank you, man. I watched that one video, built real skills, and now I'm financially free, wealthy, and happy. Whatever path you take, good luck, and I hope you make it.